Dad.
Oh, that's how you do it on Father's Day. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I'm Lauren, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make a DIY beer pong table. Stay tuned. Bye. Excuse my appearance right now. It is literally 8:30 in the morning, and I need to get started on my DIY beer pong table that I'm making for my dad. If you guys have been on TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, everyone's making these really cool beer pong tables, hand painted, and my dad is awkwardly good at beer pong. And now he's playing beer pong.
Oh, it's going down.
Oh! So I thought it would be really fun to make him this beer pong table. Oh, there goes my camera. So basically I'm making this beer pong table for my dad, and I didn't have a 6-foot table handy, so being the good dad that he is, I just texted him being like, hey, do you have a 6-foot beer pong table I can borrow? He's like, yeah, when do you need me to drop it off? So he actually brought it over to my house, and I'm gonna return it to him on Father's Day, all painted, and I hope he likes it and doesn't get mad. So I wanna show you guys the products that I have, and then we'll get started, because I hate when people do YouTube videos and they talk for like 30 minutes before getting started. And now I'm rambling and doing that exact thing. So let me show you guys what I got, and then we'll get started. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys the supplies that I got off of Amazon. I got some paintbrushes. I got this acrylic paint. Basically, it was really hard to find acrylic paint because I think everybody's doing DIYs during quarantine, but this is the brand that I got. I'll link everything that I got in the description below. I also got these paint pens because I thought it would create more defined lines and it would be easier than just using a paintbrush because I'm no artist. And then I got this Modge Podge gloss to put over the table at the very end. That way if any beer or anything spills on it, it will just sort of run off the table. And then I noticed a lot of people that were doing the DIY beer pong tables weren't showing how they drew the perfect like beer logos and stuff on. So what they did was they actually print out pictures on your printer, and then you just trace it onto the table after it's painted. So I printed all these things that my dad likes, and I'm basically just gonna put it on the table. He always makes fun of me because every year for Father's Day, I get him a Hershey's bar and a picture of me. So this year he's gonna get a Hershey's bar on a hand-painted table, and he better like it. This says Girl Dad. He loves golf, so PGA Tour. I got these golf stickers. And then initially I had to measure everything out to make sure that everything was sort of, oh my God, I almost fell. To make sure that everything was sort of even. I basically primed the table with this Rust-Oleum 1-2-3 primer that my husband had already in the garage. I did that last night. It literally took like 10 minutes to dry, and now the table's ready to get started. I wrote down all of the little logos that I was gonna have. His name is Charles, and then I wanted to match the colors. So like Bud Light logo I know is blue. I don't want that next to the Hershey's logo. You get the point, right? So #1 dad table, let's go. For the first coat, I wouldn't put it on too thick, because again, you're gonna put 2 coats on there. And also, I would be very conscious of like painting too much on the tape, because I've noticed a lot of people that do it. Obviously you're gonna get some peel off, but you don't want it to like completely peel off. So let me just stretch this. This is obviously for the Bud Light logo. All right, so I've been painting for about an hour. This is the first coat. I finally got all my squares done. Word of advice, I wouldn't make the paint too thick, because you're gonna wanna do that second coat pretty immediately. Looks really cute. I tried to make the end look like a sunset, so let's do the second coat and see how that turns out. All right, my hands are officially tired. Second coat, looks cute. Ignore all my stuff in the background. But yeah, I think it turned out really cute. I need to do the second coat. What is on my... And I just ate paint. I think I'm gonna let it dry overnight just to make sure that it's all set before I start trying to trace, because I think if I trace it and it's still potentially wet, then it might like scratch up the paint. Good morning, you guys. Welcome to day 2 of making my dad a beer pong table. So last night I got really antsy and everything sort of dried. So I did 3 logos. Let me show you guys what I did last night and then we'll get started on what I want to work on today. So last night I did the Just Do It Nike logo. I traced it. I also did the Bud Light logo. A word of advice, I wouldn't pile it on too thick, so I actually did the Bud Light logo first, and I realized that I put way too much paint, so I had to do multiple coats. For this one, I did it really, really light, and then was able to sort of build on top of it so it doesn't look as chunky. Let me see if I can get close so you guys see what I mean. And then this is my favorite, ignore this paper towel, that's for any mess ups. This is my favorite logo, the PGA Tour one. I'm gonna put a white banner on the outside and then I'll probably write golf in cursive right here. And then let's move into what I wanna do today. Oh yeah, I also free-handed these SpongeBob stickers. I wanna write a few beers later on top, but I'm not sure if I can, so I might just add some bubbles. So yeah, let's do the Malibu logo and see how that works. I think I'm gonna have it sort of off kilter to the side like that, and then I'm gonna trace. This is my handy dandy pencil sharpener. It's Cinderella's glass slipper. So you wanna make sure your pencil is super sharp, which mine kind of already is, but. And then you can tape yours down. I'm worried about it lifting the paint, which is gonna be really fun to sort of lift those up, but I think I'm gonna wait to tape them down when I can just hold them down. And in all honesty, once you start tracing, it sort of goes into the grooves. So figure out exactly where you want it. Make sure it's not gonna be on top of the tape, and then start tracing. And you wanna press like fairly hard, because if you don't, you won't get grooves into the paint, sort of as a guide. I would say this probably takes the longest. Okay, so now I've traced it and now I'm gonna take it off. You guys are gonna see what it looks like. Looks like nothing. All right, I'm gonna show you guys what the indentations of the Malibu logo look like up close. It's really hard to see. I found that on the darker ones, like the Bud Light logo and the Just Do It logo, I could see the tracing a little bit more. That's why you have to really push hard. So let's see if you guys can see it. You can sort of make out the M, A, and to the naked eye, you can see it a lot better. So now I'm going to start painting it. Okay, so I am officially done for the day. I woke up at 8 this morning and it is now 4 o'clock. I guess time flies when you're having fun. I was so focused, and I'm like that. When I get something in my mind and I wanna get it done, I'm gonna get it done. My hair is out of control. Hey, what's up you guys? Good morning. It is day 3 of DIY making my dad a beer pong table. I wanna show you guys the progress that I made yesterday. I'm actually really tired. I haven't even had my morning Red Bull mixed with raspberry Tirani syrup. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's really good. Sugar-free Red Bull, mind you, because the other one tastes like cough syrup. Yeah, so let me show you guys what I did last night. This is the finished Inside Joke family thing. The Dodgers, SpongeBob, #1 dad. I've got to clean up these lines. I've got the Malibu. I haven't decided if I'm going to add the white detailing, but I love it. I don't want to mess it up. And then late last night, I decided I wanted to try Modge Podge on these stickers. So last night at like 11 o'clock at night, I decided it was a good idea to spray down the gloss on the golf balls to see if they would stick in my tiny 1-bedroom apartment. And I basically created like a smoke cloud of glue. It smelled horrible in here. So don't do that. I would recommend doing it either outside if you have that option, or during the day so that the smell can like get out of your apartment. My apartment's really small. So yeah, today I have to do 2 more squares. I have to do girl dad. I've got, oh no, I've got to do 4 more squares. I have a lot to do, and Father's Day is on Sunday. It is now Wednesday. And I want to have time to like take off the tape and clean up the lines because I have a really strong feeling that some of the stuff is gonna come up. But yeah, I have to do the Hershey's logo today, girl dad logo, Coors Light, hole-in-one, and then maybe like another little funny design, and then that should be it. So hopefully I don't spend 8 hours like I did yesterday. Yeah, let's get this done. I'm exhausted. It's Red Bull time. I just want to show you guys really quickly what I'm doing. When you trace the stencil, sometimes it doesn't show up all the way. So I had to get my cell phone so I could see exactly what I was tracing because it's really, really light. I don't even know if through the camera you guys can see it no matter how close I get. But as long as, oh yeah, there you go. See, you can see, wow, that's actually really cool. You can see the tracing on there, but when you take it away, you can't see anything. So it's very difficult to trace. So if I were you, get your cell phone stand or have someone that really loves you hold a light over what you're trying to trace, so that way you're getting inside the lines and you don't have any mess ups. I'm gonna hit this with gray first and then go over it with a more silvery kind of color so that way you can really see the Hershey's logo. And yeah. We're moving along. Hopefully I'll be done sooner than later because I need to put the polycrylic over the top. I just watched a video on TikTok of girls that spent like 6 months on the table and they pulled up the tape and it got completely ruined. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen to me. I'm guessing I'm just gonna have to take the tape off really slow. They were sort of taking it off like really roughly. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen, and that's why I need to get the table done sooner than later so that way if there are any mess ups, I can fix it. Hey, what's up you guys? It is the afternoon. I woke up super early. Hold on, my camera's like crooked. I woke up super early to finish up my table so I could finally take the masking tape off. I want to show you guys what I did and I'm really excited to see how it comes out. So last night I wrote Girl Dad on the table. I used this Modge Podge to put the glitter on. I had some MAC makeup glitter just like hanging out, and so I sprayed it on there after I painted Girl Dad and then put the glitter. I put me, my dad, and all my sisters' names on there. Yes, I also have a sister named Lauren. I explained that actually in my other video, but she's Big Lauren and I'm Little Lauren. So yeah, these are all of my sister's names and my dad's name, mine included. Got the Hershey's label. I drew a little thing around, a border around the PGA logo. I finally finished up this and all of the tracing. And then I just put my dad's initials right here, honestly, because I got tired. and it was becoming to be a lot. So I just wanted to have a simple triangle. Then I've got the hole-in-one, the golf balls, which you guys have already seen. And then I, at first, was gonna make this a Coors logo, which you guys saw me paint it gray initially. But then I decided to make it It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, that like neon sign from that song. Who sings that song, babe? Jimmy Buffett? I don't know, who sings It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere? Tell me in the comments below. I'm actually really embarrassed if it's not Jimmy Buffett, but I think it is. So yeah, let's take the tape off and hope that not too much gets messed up and I don't have to do too much. And then I can put the polycrylic or poly gel, whatever, wax stuff on the top of the table and basically it's done. Let's hope this works out. Okay, so I just took all the tape off. I think I held my breath the entire time I was taking it off, and it didn't come off as much as I thought it was going to. What I realized is the ones that I sprayed with Modge Podge in order to keep the glitter on or to keep the golf balls down, those are the ones that messed up the most, and I think that's probably because the Modge Podge became an adhesive to the tape, and so the paint and the tape all became one, and then it sort of ripped off. But honestly, it came out really, really good. Once I put this polycrylic on top, it'll make it crystal clear finish, ultra fast drying, easy water cleanup, so basically everything will run off of it. And now that I say polycrylic, I did a video on polycrylic nails, so is this what I was making my nails out of? Alright, I'm gonna put this clear gloss on, let that dry, and then I'll probably do like 3 coats because I know my mom is gonna clean the ish out of this table if we spill beer on it, so I wanna make sure that all the designs are protected. Yesterday I had a major mishap. I put the polycrylic on before Modge Podging, and it didn't do anything to a lot of the squares, but for some reason the Malibu square completely started melting. So I have to redo the Malibu logo, and then I'm gonna touch up this area. For some reason it turned it a weird brown color. So my advice is please make sure you guys use the Modge Podge first, otherwise your design will be completely ruined and run. I read the reason why is because something about the polycrylic breaks down the acrylic paint, and I guess polycrylic breaks down plastic, and acrylic paint is essentially plastic. I don't know if that's true, but once I sprayed it with Modge Podge and then put the polycrylic on, which is what I did on this side, it didn't mess up. So back to the drawing board, I gotta reprint that Malibu logo, retrace it, and then we'll finally be done. I don't know how I'm gonna fix this, but we're gonna have to get that fixed because everything else looks really good, and I don't know why it's like a weird orangey color. So yeah, you want to do not, whatever you do, put this on top of your paint without putting the Modge Podge on there first. That's like one of the biggest steps. I feel like no one told me. I want to show you guys how I'm putting on the polycrylic because I've seen a lot of people just dumping this can on. I wouldn't recommend doing that personally because when I did that on my Malibu logo, that's when everything went down the drain. So I would recommend just taking a small brush like this one, taking your polycrylic wax, and then just brushing it like this. And basically it's done. Look what I made you with the table you gave me. I hand painted all of these.
Well, I'm impressed.
There's a
got
new
Nike,
like that
PGA,
down the street.
Hershey's.
She likes it.
Because you like Hershey's.
Yes, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
You should be. Look at this.
How do I use it? Is it? I mean, it's okay to use it?
Yeah, we're gonna use it. We're gonna use it today. We're gonna use it. We're gonna play beer pong.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you
Yeah, just do it.